So I'll start at one end and kind of just go up here to the end and give you what's going on. This, by the way, is Chloe. She's instead of drinking out of her water bowl, she is catching drips out of the leak in the drip tape here. But she is about 4 months old now, Chloe, and she's a mess, but she keeps the kids entertained, and that's a big help to me. They're more than I can keep up with. But what I got on the end here, I've always heard of straw bale gardening, and I've never tried it. And these old straw bales were left over from last Christmas parades, about the end of November 2019. And they've laid out here all winter and got rained on, and mushrooms coming out of them and mucky, and I figure what better time to try a straw bale garden than with some rotten bales. So what I've done here, I'll back up and give you an overview of the garden. This is year 2 of the little garden here. We established this by a tractor and rotary tiller. Didn't really want to till, but I didn't know how else to start. And that got me thinking. This section you see here, outside of the plastic, covered up in straw, I was wondering, could you start a garden without tilling ground? And so what I did about 5 weeks ago, I laid some weed barrier, real thin stuff. It's permeable to air, water, and I just threw some of this old straw on top of it. And everybody thought I was a nut, but with all of this stuff, you'll get that. And surprisingly enough, and to my disbelief, it killed the sod. I mean, I had to use post hole diggers to break through some root mass to get these tomatoes in the ground. But it was soft, moist, easy to dig. I could plant them things in about an hour. You know, that's cutting the fabric. That's a whole nother set of videos that you can look at. But anyway, that was my 1/3 of the garden here experiment. Can you establish garden without tilling ground? And my plans are, at the end of the season, rake this straw back, pull the weed barrier up, and then roll on as if it were tilled ground. I got these tomatoes under polyethylene tunnels just to protect them from frost in these cold nights here on 21st of April. So that's that part. This is actually cover crop that was established last fall. So this is year 2 of the garden. This was a mixture that I found from a local person here, friend of mine. It was daikon radish, crimson clover, some other clover, winter peas, hairy vetch, and oats. And it actually came out pretty beautifully. I got the whole video footage of dragging that down and crimping that and then covering it with plastic. So this plastic is supposed to, this is just 5 mil plastic from Lowe's. It's supposed to solarize, get extremely hot under there and kill any kind of living vegetation under there and make for a no-till garden, a nice mulch mat to then figure out how to plant into. Don't know how I'm gonna do that yet, but anyway. And then here on the end, you can see what we had last year. This is the straw from last year. I added a little when I planted these 2 rows of onions. And you can see my drip irrigation system here, just a regular garden hose hooked to it. I can get you some more information on that kit. That is a, it's like the smallest kit that you can get. Toro Aquatrax drip tape with the poly header pipe here and fittings. And as you make a row of vegetables, you just put you a new drip line in, and and that's how it goes. So that's the introduction here. Any questions, just put them in the comments, or comments too. And this is, like I said, this is an exchange. I'm interested to see what you all are doing too, especially you no-till growers, because no-till gardening is it's going to be an experience trying to figure it out here.